Okie dokie. What we have here is a Model 320 explosion-proof telephone. Like almost 30 pounds. And it came to me with a broken ringer. Broken clapper. The only thing that was there was this brass collar. You have a set screw over here, and you had a hole on the bottom with a mound of solder around it, and then no clapper. So I had to set about making a new one. I've had this since December, I just haven't had time to get around to it until now. So using the knowledge of the fine folks at the Rotary Phone Forum, they said for me to get these like little brass finials or whatever. These, they're 3/8 of an inch brass balls, which is what the original clapper balls were made out of. And then they said, find some type of rod or whatever. They suggested brass. I think brass is a little soft for the application, given that the rods are only 1.5 millimeters in diameter. So I decided to go with stainless steel rods of that same diameter. These were $6.99 on Amazon for 12, and there's a minimum order of $5 for lamp parts, something or other, whatever the website is. So I had to order like 10 of these, but I only needed one and one. I only needed one of these and one of these. Got it right on the first try. So these rods are obviously not 3 inches in length. They're far too long for the phone. So there are multiple measurements, and thanks to my friend Connor for, first off, I should mention this before I keep going, holding the steel rod with pliers while I soldered it into the ball, the brass ball, because I would have had to have sprouted 2 additional hands in order to get it properly centered. He kept it centered. I soldered it in. Couldn't have actually done this without him tonight, so I'm very appreciative of his help. Anyway, after I soldered that, then I began cutting and trimming until I got probably within about 2 or 3 inches of where I needed to be. And then I cleaned up the collar, and I was able to slip this around the post that this hooks into, and this was short enough that I could stick it into the collar, but it was far too long to actually hit the bells. So after repeated small measurements and small trims, also thanks to the suggestion for using my calipers for this rather delicate task, I finally got it to where I had the right measurement and it hits the bells just perfectly. So after that, I took it over here and I held the collar in place with my needle nose vice grips, and I initially, and much to my chagrin, used these pliers to act as the post to keep the clapper from going too far into the collar. That didn't work, so I had to soften the solder, pull it out, and use this punch, which is about the same diameter as the spindle around which the collar sits, and I had to put it in so that it would act as essentially a stop. So then I soldered it in place, let it cool, and everything holds. I mean, it holds up to the pull test. So now all I have to do is put the set screw in, and my Model 320 will sing once again. I've heard that these phones have the tendency to chase a person out of their room, out of their house, and halfway down a city block before the volume is tolerable. So I'm quite excited to hear just how loud this thing can ring. So another victory. Now I have to go work on a radio.